In this video, we're going to cover the next operator when querying records, specifically looking at Boolean operators. So this is going to allow us to continue to customize the conditions of the where clause. So there are two Boolean operators that we're primarily interested in. The first one is AND, which is going to return results where all the conditions are true. And the second one is OR, which is going to return the results where any condition is true. Be cautious here because just like mathematical operations where you have please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, AND is going to be processed before OR. So if you want OR to be processed first, make sure you include the conditions that you want to see if they're true first in parentheses, then it will evaluate the AND after that. So for example, if I wanted to show all desks and dressers with a price greater than $600, so basically the piece where you see the AND on the right side of the screen, what I would do is say select star from product where the description like percentage desk or description like percentage dresser and price is greater than $600. So you'll notice here that I have the OR condition in parentheses because I want to find both those desks and dressers first, then where the price is greater than $600. If I didn't have the parentheses, it would find the dressers that are greater than $600 and then all desks. Alright, here we are back at the server in the lecture schema. I'm going to go ahead and paste this query and I'm going to run it. So we see dressers and desks that have prices that are greater than $600. Now watch what happens when I remove those parentheses and run this query. We'll see that we have desks and dressers that are greater than $600, yes, but we also are getting the desks that are less than $600 because we just return all desks. So make sure that if you are going to have multiple criteria and you want to evaluate the OR first, you put it inside of parentheses. Alright, the next thing we're going to evaluate when querying records is null values. So null values are basically anything that has empty or blank values. We're going to use the null keyword. So we're going to check if it is null or is not null. So if we're asked to show all customers with a missing zip code, we'd say select star from the customer where zip code is null. We wouldn't say where zip code equals null. We have to use the is command. So I've gone ahead and copied this query to the server. I'm going to go ahead and run this query. And we see that we have one customer that does not have a zip code. If you wanted to return all customers that do have zip codes, you just say is not null. And we're going to run this and we see that all of our customers now have zip codes. So now here are a few more examples of Boolean and null operators. So I want you to try these on your own, pause this video, and then come back to compare your answers. All right, I've gone ahead and copied all the questions over. I'm going to just add comments before each of these so that they're not interpreted when I run the actual queries. All right, this first query asks us to show products with either oak or walnut finish. And we're asked to use a Boolean operator. Previously, we had done this query, but we used the in operator. So now I can say select star from product where finish is equal to oak. And I also want to check to see if it has walnut finish. So I'm going to use the or operator and say or finish is equal to walnut. Go ahead and run this and we see all the results that have oak or walnut finish. This next query asks us to show all the customers with a 5-digit zip code or are from New York. So we're going to say select star from customer where zip code, and then here we're looking for just 5-digit zip codes, so we can use the like operator. We're going to use 5 underscores, and then additionally we are going to check the state of New York. So we'll say or state equals New York. I'll go ahead and run this and we see that we have those from New York or that have a 5-digit zip code. The next question asks us to show raw materials with a width between 8 and 10 and a material of birch or pine. So we're going to say select star from raw material where the width is between 8 and 10 and the material. So if we come to our ERD, we can go to the raw material table and see that there is a material field and the material is in birch or pine. So I could use the in operator when dealing with or. Additionally, I could have accomplished this same piece by saying and material equals birch or material equals pine. But I'd have to have these in parentheses like this so that it would know to look for the material first and then look for the other information. So we'll go ahead and run this query and we can see that it is birch or pine. And then if I were to just put the and at the end of this and run this, we would see that it still includes just birch and pine in between 8 and 10 of width. All right, the next question asks us to show products with no product description. So we're going to use the null operator this time. So we're going to say select star from from product where the description is null. I'll run this and we can see that product ID number 22 does not have a description. All right, this next query asks us to show only salespeople, so we're going to select star from the salesperson table that have a phone number. So let's go to the ERD and we can see salesperson has a field named phone. So we'll say where phone is not null because we want only those that do have a phone number. We go ahead and run this and we see that all of our salespeople have phone numbers. And this last query asks us to show all employees, so we're going to select star from employee that do not have a zip code, birthday, or supervisor. So I'm going to say where zip code is null, and I'll just go ahead and copy this, or birth date is null, or supervisor is null. We'll go ahead and run this and we can see that we get 3 rows that are returned and each one of these has null for one of those fields.